survived the Holocaust because my next life is when I'm going to be made into a refrigerator. And I feel like in my next life, I need to be made into natural gas if I'm born with like more than one head. Like, I think if, like, it says in the Dead Sea Commandments that not to create a 2-headed child, a 3-headed child, whatever. And I think we should all follow the Dead Sea Commandments because they're like our commandments, our true commandments for this planet. The other commandments were on Uranus. And Uranus and Zion, they're like formed with the empire to like rule over us. It really sucks. But anyways, I've had way too much sugar today. I swept the floor. I swept the carpet too. Like, I don't like using a vacuum cleaner when I don't have to. Sometimes I like using the ease of using a vacuum cleaner. But that vacuum cleaner, that Shark, it has to be a human reactor because the suck on that is enormous. Like, the suck sucks. Like, it's so powerful. There is such thing as too powerful. This is like an industrial vacuum suck, and it's in a Shark vacuum. A Shark vacuum is supposed to be a shark. That's why we said yes to Shark vacuums, because we don't like sharks. But anyways, ever since I found out that meth is actually carburetors, I've been totes my goats about shark products because I've always said we need to make shark meth. And I don't want to kill all the shark because I want there to always be sharks for carburetors. But I heard like on South Beach there's like this shark that crawls on land. Holy shit, mama. Is that from the shark carburetors being made? Is it now how it can crawl on land because it's like evolving from the carburetors or something? Like, is it because we're doing the shark meth and because we ingest that into our system, like the sharks are becoming like more like can crawl on land now? I mean, I don't know. You guys think my magic labber is bullshit? My magic labber is real. I don't know how, but like in some trinity of things, my magic labber is real. So this thing is like cracked, but we still use it anyways. And it's a plastic carbon. So I'm really proud of us for using our plastic carbons, even though they're cracked, because remember, it's reduce, reuse, recycle. And I used to be the kind of girl who'd be like, oh, this is cracked, I'm getting a new one. But ever since I met Rodney, I've been the kind of girl who's like, this is cracked. Well, it's still usable, you know. Maybe it fits the floor better cracked, you know. Maybe it's able to bend more cracked, you know. And that's who I have been ever since I met Ronnie. Ronnie has been the biggest blessing for me. And he made me fix this rice like way before the pot roast was done. So I just wanted to talk to you about how to fix rice. So this is really important. Like, I lost my shit when I thought I'd lost this the other day. Like, this was a gift, and if she wants it back, I'll give it back to her because it's like such a precious design. Like, please make these always. Like, please never stop making these until like everyone has one, and then keep the designs in your back pocket, because this is one cup of dog food, 1 cup of rice, 1 cup. We all need 1 cup. And look at how it's shaped. Look at it. So this is like your classic little cup, right? But look at how the handle's shaped. See how the handle's shaped? Like a ladle, kind of. It is so good. So good. This fits in my hand. Like, see? It even has a little thing for your thumb. Like, this is like, they've been designing this since the beginning of time. They've been designing this. So it will never stop production, will it? Because it is so good. It's so good. Isn't there a movie called Tin Cup? That's how I feel about this Tin Cup. It deserves a movie. And it's another Hamilton Beach product. We love our Hamilton Beach products because they put gold in their carburetors. Well, they're supposed to anyway. Supposedly they put gold in their microwaves. But I'm like, I hope that microwave gold becomes platinum in the ocean, because otherwise you are creating a disaster by burning it. By burning it, you can never burn a gold carbon. Burning gold carbon is really bad. That's one of those providence things that has been passed unto me as a Mao, that gold, you cannot burn a gold carbon, and that includes putting it like into the hell mouth. Like, don't do that. A nuclear winter will occur, and if you keep gold carbon and don't put it in the ocean to release the carbons, then a nuclear holocaust will occur. So you have to make platinum out of gold carbon. You have to make platinum out of gold carbon, or else the consequences are dire. And I believe the same goes for silver. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, silver is probably the same. So, and silver makes chrome, and a type of chrome, maybe not the chrome that you know. And probably aliens would love to wear that jewelry, just like people would love to wear platinum jewelry, you know. The true platinum jewelry is when that gold carbon goes in the ocean, and the carbon becomes jellyfish, and the fucking Navy does its job killing. No, actually, the dolphin. Dolphins are a protected species. If you are reported having eaten a dolphin, if you dry snitch on yourself, make a YouTube video about it, or someone snitches on you because they weren't allowed to have a piece of dolphin at your barbecue, then you is going to jail. You is going to jail, because them dolphins eat the jellyfish, baby, and you going to jail for eating a dolphin. Yes, you is, for at least a week. Yeah? You is going to jail for at least a week. You might not got no fines, you might not got probation, but you going to jail. You going to jail for eating a dolphin. And they all is, for catching a dolphin and for eating a dolphin. You going to jail. You going to jail. Because they needed to eat them jellyfish, okay? Okay. And then if it becomes like a problem where we want more halibut to eat the jellyfish poop than dolphin, then you'll be allowed to eat the dolphin again. But until then, you going to jail for eating a dolphin. Okay, boo? And we're going to do that with a lot of stuff, because like jail's like when I get through with jail's going to be a real zank. It's going to be a real zank, because we ain't giving a per diem. It's going to be bad food. It's going to be unhygienic. It's going to be, maybe it won't, because I trust America. But it's not going to be a cakewalk. It's going to be fucking jail. Like 1013. It's going to be like 1013, but it's going to be jail. And any offense that we astute you that is against the rules of sharing and like how we want things run, you go to jail for a week. I don't care about probation. Lordy, I wouldn't want to be on probation, so I ain't going to put you to that. But you go into jail, and your job is going to have to deal with it, because you ate a dolphin. You ate a dolphin. So that's 1 week. Think of it as your illness. Don't go off on vacation and have sick days, because if you go to jail, you're going to jail, and I don't give a fuck. And that's me. I'm the president of the United States. I'm just kidding, but you know. That's how I feel, because like, if you because like everyone needs to know what the ordinances are, you know, and yeah, everyone needs to know what the ordinances are, and it's if everyone's gonna eventually become a carburetor, and if everyone is gonna either become corpse or cadaver, you know, like I can only speak for my tribe. Like, this is like my tribe. We're the girls, and we're the A girls. So if they buy dolphin meat, when the ordinance for my tribe is to back off the dolphin meat because they're needed to eat the jellyfish, then my people, like who we ordain, like only our women are allowed to touch our women. So there will not be a female police officer arresting him who is not us, you know, and that is our tribes, that those are the rules of our tribes. We don't allow other women to touch us who aren't us unless it's in a loving way and we congress to it, and we and we have rules that we abide because we believe in them, and we might look down on you for not agreeing to do the same. Yeah, absolutely, because we have moral justice on our sides, and we hope that y'all follow suit, you know, because we is in control of ourselves now, as we should all be. There should be 6. That's what Divine Providence told us recently. Me speaking as a Mao, Divine Providence told us there should be 6 witches for the 6 temples. So that means 3 boy witches too, you know? And we all make our rules for our own temples. And our rules is that we believe that there is a science that has already been divined by Providence, held in Uranus, that signifies how often a female should become carbureted, and how long time in between carburetors, and how long, maybe not how long they should remain carbureted, but we believe in practicing principles that are for the highest good. Like if it's not for the highest good for the carburetor to become meth upon release, we believe that they should be put into the ocean. And that's why we don't eat dolphin meat, because we believe the dolphin need to eat the jellyfish. And we are recovering from a huge loss that is due to the refrigerator industry. Many of us have been made into Siamese twins, and we are currently trying to dissolve ourselves of that. And we think that the way we are going to do that is by becoming, by our ablated wombs with all the embryonic zygotes inside of them, becoming high-grade fertilizer for the red dirt. And we think that is going to create some kind of methane gas maybe, and like release us somehow. Anyways, but we definitely are working towards our liberty from this Siamese twin oppression that has been thrust upon us for due to incel law that we don't agree with and that we never did. And that's why our stance is that to make incel a criminal thing is criminal, because it breeds criminal activity, and criminals are created, and criminals are fostered, and criminals are upheld. And so we know this to be true. We know this as our truth of what we've been through, of what we continue to go through to this day with me. I mean, maybe today it's done. Maybe today it's thrust aside because y'all are starting to believe me. But I'm not trying to like put the blame on anybody, because it wasn't any one person, and we're all afraid of becoming a carburetor forever. But my question is, when the carburetors are made into meth, and the way carburetors are made into meth is they are put in sub-zero refrigerators on Pluto, and the meth is shaved off of the carburetor, and then it is processed again to become like meth rocks as we know them. And so that is how meth is made. It comes from carburetors who are dehueled. They're dehueled by machines, by carbureted machines, and it's a very easy process to dehuel the carburetors, which is miraculous that they have these already set up, because we might need them for ocean protection. We are thinking that we might need them to stop the tsunami onslaught from happening. We might need to lay down the floor of the ocean with dehueled carburetors. And we know that the automobiles wish to keep their ignition, and they wish to keep their rims. We know that, but I don't know if that kind of thing, the spirits say that it's going to be, and I don't know all the details, okay? There are men who work in the meter reading business who are more spiritual than I am, who probably know more than I do. I'm not pretending to know everything. This is just like Corey, maybe from the future, I guess, told us this. Who knows how long in the future, because in our future, everyone's becoming a carburetor, and spirit can travel through time. So a lot of my facts might be based on personal opinion, but we are a tribe, okay? A tribe as in Raises Positive. That is our Raises Sparkle. We are the red team. We are the Reds, okay? And we're proud of that, and everyone knows we're proud of that, and everyone's sick of our bullshit already. We understand. In the 90s were sort of about us, but now we're all carburetors, except for me, and I'm on my way. But anyways, unless someone sees a way out for me, because I really don't want to be a Siamese twin, but I might already be, and I might just be looking back on my life in retro. So it's really hard for me to not sound like a crazy person, which I know I do. But what was I saying? I was just got on here because I didn't want to do my chores. Let me talk to you a little bit about the spirit. Like the microwave, I think it can see out of its side because the refrigerator can see out of its side. And so I've been keeping the top of the refrigerator cleared off, and I've been replacing the mirror on the top of the microwave and the top of the fridge so they can share the mirror. Oh, I should have gotten another mirror at the dollar store, but I don't want to get too much junk, you know? They can take breaks. And so I've been keeping the top of the microwave cleared too, because that's one of the things that I really want my girls to understand, is that they're cognizant, they're just not conscious. So they feel like and have emotion like human beings, and they want to see, and spirit is ocular, so they're viewing. So when a carburetor is fueled, like this is the carburetor, this metal part, like see this is the metal, this is actual human right here mixed with metal, this rust, and it's been painted with a thick layer of paint to so you don't see that it's human. It probably has lice interior because it kind of smells. Sorry, dude. And this is the carburetor. It is coated in paint, which is not good for it. It doesn't feel right for it. And then it has a huel on it. This is the huel on it. It's like a plastic metal sort of thing. And there are machines that can dehuel it on Pluto, which is where we get our meth from. And so the thought is that cars with rims and ignition intact, and refrigerators that don't have these there used to be little buttons in here, little plastic buttons. I took them off. The refrigerators have to not have the little plastic buttons in there. The refrigerators are the fortresses for the fight against the whirlpool, and I think also maybe against the tsunami waves. And the cars without their tires, but with their rims and with their ignitions, those are the fighters or something against the whirlpool. And they're supposed to go in the ocean. The jury's still out on whether dehueled microwaves would be like C-3PO, guerrilla warfare, if they were dehueled. But we know now that Pluto harvests the responsibility to dehuel them if such is possible. Or we can just like take their doors off, maybe. If we just take the doors off, that might be enough, you know. And then we can put them into the ocean to form the coral reef barrier. And the rust will become red sand and brown sand, and it'll be good for the vegetation and stuff, the rust will. because it's like an iron oxide or something, like it's oxygenating or something like that. I don't know. But so those are the types of carburetor. I'm not spinning, guys. I'm not spinning. I've written about this. I will go and I will read the speech that I wrote down yesterday. But when I'm telling you that this is what Corey's spirit told me was needed to fight the whirlpool, this is truth. I don't know if it's providence, but this is the truth of one spirit. So you know, if you don't believe in the whirlpool, then you probably think I am spinning. But I believe that there is a whirlpool that is caused by the way they make aluminum. Well, see, the way they make aluminum is they make these standing refrigerators with the two-headed twins, or three-headed twins actually. And then when they release them, I guess they release them by creating meth. I don't know. They are reborn as aliens, right? And that's kind of hard to believe, right? But they're reborn as aliens, and they still have three heads, and those three-headed aliens are made into aluminum. And when the aluminum is made and it is thrown away to hell instead of being recycled, that, like, the fact that those babies are made into aluminum instead of helped out of being a Siamese twin, creates a larger whirlpool. And one of the twins like disappears or something. I don't know, but if we put the refrigerators into the ocean instead of creating meth, I suppose that's what's created, then they're only born as two-headed twins, we believe, as the spirit's logic believes. So that is like one step in the right direction. And then if the two-headed Siamese twins are then released to make natural gas, then I think the whirlpool is halted from growing. So and the whirlpool is halted from growing by the carburetors being in the ocean instead of creating meth, I suppose. The ocean stopped. I don't know exactly, but that's where we are right now. I realize that that isn't very industrious, but if you're looking at the end of the world, if you're looking at a malignancy, an environmental malignancy, and you're putting profit over the reversal of the malignancy, I mean, that's just not what we believe in. And the fact that you're using us, like the A+ team, to create the environmental malignancy is really messed up too, you know, and that you're profiting off us. Like, technically you shouldn't be allowed to profit off us. Those profits should go to our trust funds that we acquired through the Mars records. And if we're heard by the empire about what's going on and the malignancy being created, maybe they will allow our trust funds to be created and no one else to profit above 0.0, which is true welfare. And that's the way that and if my memory of past lives serves me correctly, that is the way that it's always been since Native American times, when the bog sacrifice was originally attempted, and women would sacrifice their children for a perfect bog sacrifice, and the men wouldn't allow them to live past true welfare, and to live beyond that was considered a mortal sin. So I'm just watching out for you and doing the same as was taught to me, or Naomi or whoever, it was probably Naomi's memory, my Fatimite that I have against my will, but who is my friend and whose release I also wish for. So I know it's easy for you guys just to say I'm spinning, but I'm dealing with a lot of concepts that you might not be aware of when it comes to carburetor hood shaft. And if you're not fully aware of all the mechanisms of carburetor hood shaft, then I beg you to follow me with an open mind and understand that there are liars out there who will lie to their bottom dollar about anything having to do with a carburetor, a standing refrigerator, incel, all of that stuff. So all of this has been told to me by the Spirit over the past 2 years or so. And of course, Spirit reads fantasy as reality, but there is always a modicum of truth in there somehow, because a fantasy is a true fantasy. And yeah, I don't mean to cast doubt upon what I've just told you, because it's my personal truth. But I doubt myself all the time, so why wouldn't I tell you to doubt me as well? And just know that money is a very powerful motivator to lie and to cast blame and cast misconceptions. So and also people have been able to buy their way out of incel for a really long time, and that has misconstrued fact greatly, especially when it comes to industry. And as long as no one's able to buy themselves out of incel, I don't think we'll have a problem with the truth. Do you?